There are a lot of women with unrealistic standards, and it's especially not limited to, but it's especially women that did a lot, that accumulated a lot of baggage. It's like those women that have multiple kids, multiple baby dads. And I know I keep talking about this, but that keeps being the option after 28, especially with women in their 30s. Literally yesterday, I caught up with a lady that I met a little before COVID, and she only had one daughter by then, and she kind of like cut me off and ghosted me because she felt that all I wanted was like sex or something like that, because like that's what her past baby dad did, and yeah, I kind of like didn't text her because I was like, how are you gonna accuse me of such a thing because you projecting that damage that he did on me. So, I cut her off. But yesterday I saw her in the mall and we remembered each other. And she, told me that she wanted to reconsider dating me. And, like, of course I'm not down or anything like that. But yeah, what she did, she caught me up with her. She said, "Yo, since then I had another kid. I have a 4 year. She's 33 now, anyway. But she said since then I had another kid. I have a son that's 4 years old, and she said she's not with the dad of that one either. So it's two kids with two baby dads, none that she's with. And she said she dated a lot of guys that are not worthy, that are not shit. And she was saying how she deserves, that's her word, that she deserves a good guy that's responsible in things, and that if it's a legit man that's willing to wait 1 month and talk to her actually before any sexual activity, that she would be like a really good catch for that guy. She was trying to sell herself to me, or sell the idea of being in a relationship and being in a marriage with her to me. And she really didn't see anything wrong or any. She really thought she was doing something with the conversation she was having with me. Like I was just going to buy into it. And yeah, she was just saying like how she's just tired of. She had previous experience these last few years of guys taking advantage of her. She goes to the club, and she got drunk one time, and she hooked up with a guy on the first date, and the guy didn't take her serious or something, and yeah, she was in therapy, and she was basically saying like guys ain't anything, that guys are just trash. And it's just crazy how a lot of these women put themselves in these situations and they turn down the wrong dudes. And then when time hits, and then when each turn like a certain age after 28, especially like 30s, how the roles switch, and then the guys end up being consistent with who they are, and they have like better single lives and options. And these women get themselves a lot of baggage and things, and they still have unrealistic standards for a guy that doesn't even deserve to have the baggage that they would bring on to them. I live a really good, comfortable. I'm not rich, but I really live a really good single life, where I go to Thailand, I go to Philippines, and I have no kids. And although work is hard, don't get me wrong. Nobody like fully likes their job. I have that comfort in being alone, being single, to where I didn't. Luckily, God allowed like women like that to reject me, to where now I get to explore the world, see different perspective of women, different cultures. But these women with these baggage, these multiple kids, want guys to take on a stepfather role, and they still disrespect the man without knowing that they're disrespecting their man, with saying things like, "Oh, you just have to wait a month or something like that, or just wait some time before we have any sexual activity." And then they say because they want a guy to take them serious and actually get to know them. And to me that sounds foolish. I don't know if y'all listening to me, if that sounds foolish to y'all, but a lot of women don't understand that a lot of guys see that it's hypocritical, and they're not going to play no weird games or even take a girl like that serious. A lot of men take that as disrespect if a woman that did that much comes to a guy on some BS like that. And that's just me being honest. Then these women go a step further and start saying things like, when a guy weighs his options, a lot of women crucify a guy that weighs his options. Like, for example, like me, I would date a lady that's 8 years younger, 10 years younger even, and this is on legal grounds, of course. But a lot of women be like, oh, just like she did. She was saying that women that are 20 are emotionally immature. and that they make bad decisions. But a lot of these women lack accountability because she's not talking about how she has a 4 year old. That means that she was 28 when she had that 4 year old with a guy that she's no longer with. And she literally said that at 33, that earlier this year, she made a mistake by getting too drunk and hooking up with a guy at the club. It's just crazy. I'm not saying this to judge her, but it's just crazy how a lot of these women get themselves into situations, give like younger women bad advice because they're secretly in competition with them. And when guys want the girl with less baggage, and sometimes it means that they have to sometimes date younger, a lot of these women talk bad about the younger woman and try to like crucify the guy by saying like he's trying to take control of the girl or manipulate the girl. When these if someone like me was manipulative or tried to take control, you wouldn't be trying to come to me to save your life. And it's kind of like a girl before she had baggage, like they would try to block her from getting a guy to protect her from the damage that the world could do for her by telling her that men that say don't go to the club or wear certain things, um, they try to say that men that tell their girls not to do that are controlling. But when these women get in situations like she's in now, like how a lot of these women are in, they don't talk anything. They don't be accountable and bring that up at all. But it's just crazy. That's just crazy. Like you can't tell a woman not to wear certain things or go to a club or drink so much, because they're gonna say you're controlling. But then they get themselves in a situation to where they're so used to alcohol, used to doing all this, that they have multiple kids and multiple baby daddies, and all of a sudden you're the bad person and you're the controlling person. When if they would have listened to you, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in. And then next hope is like the lady that doesn't have that baggage. A lot of times it means that the guy has to date younger because typically it's the younger girls that haven't been experienced with that life that gives them baggage. And when you're a guy that could give leadership and you have experience with life to where you could tell this girl how to move and not be in a situation like how this girl is in, it's just crazy how older women would down talk a guy and persuade a younger girl not to date a guy that's going to lead her in a better way to avoid being in that baby mom situation. But yeah, a lot of these, and then look at the standards there too. How are you going to tell me? First of all, I'm not interested anyway, but I'm just letting her go on just to listen and to dissect information. And she's saying like, oh, if I decide to be with her, we just have to go like a month or so without no sex and actually talk and get to know each other. And it's like, man, who do you think you're talking to? Like first of all, you have every right to not want sex. First of all, I don't want that with you anyway at all. I don't want anything to do with you. But it's like, how if she's going to go to the next man that's responsible and tell him that, he's going to look at her like she's foolish. She has every right to withhold sex, of course. No, nothing should be forced. But a responsible man is going to look at her. A smart man is going to look at her and think that she's foolish. And a lot of these women have those standards. They have all this baggage, all this past, and these children with these men that haven't done anything, and they want the new stepfather because that's what the guy's going to be, a stepfather, with all the sacrifices he's going to have to take to and they want that man to have to endure all of this weird stuff, have to be held out on like sexual activities, and it's that man that's going to have to sacrifice vacations and stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. Like I don't know if I could ever be a stepfather, bro. And if I ever do consider it slightly, the woman will have to promote that, will have to basically be on her knees, beg. Not to sound, I don't want to say that because like it's people that watch this, but if you women want a stepfather, especially a responsible one, you women are going to have to, one, lower your standards, of course, and get your pride out of the way. Otherwise, you're gonna keep being in the same revolving thing. And two, make it sound more appealing. Um, like I said, I'm not interested in this lady. I'm going to try to interview her, but I was trying to advise her that for the next guy that if she wants a guy that's going to be real and everything, you can't have those same standards that maybe a 24-year-old that doesn't have baggage could have, because you have a lot of baggage and it's a bad deal for the guy to be with you. And um, yeah, that's not to excuse deadbeat dads, because of course I get it. Women do have to carry the burden of having the kids, and it's their body that changes, and typically the deadbeat dads could just walk away And I get that there are bad dads, but since right now I'm a man and I'm the one that get attacked or get approached by these baby moms and everything, I'm just speaking from my perspective and my advice to women, because I am a straight man and I want to give women advice on how to have better outcome or and things like that, man. That lady said, and just like a lot of women that are in their 30s in her same shoes, that she goes to therapy. And it's just crazy how these women that say that they go to therapy still say that all men ain't shit. It's just crazy. It makes you wonder, what is therapy teaching these women for the conclusion to be that all men ain't shit. I refuse to just sit back and let a woman. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but I have never damaged a girl, never lied to a girl, never done a girl wrong. I don't drink or I don't smoke. Um, you're not gonna just tell me that all men ain't shit, because that's offensive to me, because I feel like I'm something. I never done you wrong. Um, yeah, man, like I would love to interview some single women and single mothers, especially for my YouTube, had these conversations, man, because I think that therapy, I know you guys are going to therapy, but I don't feel like it's teaching you to be accountable, to tell the truth. I think there, I don't know, like, would you rather have therapy and hear what you want to hear and still have the same results, or would you rather get real results, but the cost of it is that you got to hear what you don't want to hear? Sometimes it's best to hear from a guy and not a therapist, man. It's a cold, tough world out here, bro. If you want results, you can't want people to just always agree with you. If your life has not been working, you've been doing the same wrong things, you can't support and then keep going to therapy just because you want your therapist to agree with you. And since that therapist don't want to have bad business and you to walk away, they have to like hold back on telling you the truth about reality, because their senses might be low or something. You gotta be open to having tough love and hearing from a guy's perspective, and hearing the things that you don't want to hear, and hearing that the things that you've been doing is wrong, and hearing like the reality of how you got to move now, even if it hurts you and even if it's something that you don't want to hear. You got to hear that tough stuff to get better results, because you don't want to go to therapy for people to keep agreeing with you and to keep having the bad same results. You want to go to therapy and get advice to hear what you're doing wrong, and to work on that, and to get a better life and better outcome going forward. Anyway, random video I just did, man. I just had to vent and talk about that, man. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate y'all that's been sticking with me for this long. Yeah, turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Stay positive, stay real, stay unfiltered, and yeah, stay productive, man. Keep going up in life. Keep going up in life. Keep God involved, and man, yeah, as Munchie would say, man, morals over money and all that, man. Peace out.